Hello, thanks for joining me. This is Jessie, and this is my channel, The Caffeinated Bookworm, and I am here to review Eric LaRocca's Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. So, this book came to me in a kind of strange way. I had left it along with a compass with a Robert Frost poem engraved and on the compass. I'd left these items in my Amazon cart. Normally what I'll do is I'll just go and I'll add things all willy-nilly to my Amazon cart, and I'll move it to my various wish lists at a later point. Well, before I could get around to adding these items to their separate wish lists, John went online and bought some Magic the Gathering cards, and they were boxes or bundles, and so he didn't really notice the price difference between what he was getting and what was already in the cart. And he ordered it along with his Magic the Gathering cards. So I got this in the mail yesterday, and I've already finished it. So don't take that at face value because it's a short book. It's barely over 100 pages. In addition to that, it was like watching a train wreck. I just couldn't pull my eyes away from it. So it starts off with a for sale posting of an apple peeler by Agnes. And this is a family heirloom. Her grandmother got her grandfather to buy her this apple peeler, despite him saying that he wouldn't spend the money on it. She put a needle in his lunch apple, and then he ended up buying, I don't know, it was a really weird story. The whole thing is really weird. So she posts this for sale thing for the apple peeler online. Zoe responds to it. Agnes had originally requested that somebody who collected Americana be the one to buy it. She wanted it to be well taken care of, as it was a family heirloom. So Zoe responds and says, well, I'll give you the $250 that you're asking and not try to lowball you if you will overnight it without any additional charge. That will help my pocketbook. I'm not a collector, but my grandfather, who was a fan of Charles Ives, would love it because Agnes had said that there was an alleged story that Ives had used the apple peeler at one point. So Agnes agrees to expedite it with no additional charge if she pays the $250. And they get into this conversation. It escalates quickly. It goes from Zoe's going to buy the apple peeler to Zoe buys Agnes. They never actually meet. Agnes keeps telling Zoe that one of her most intense dreams is to have a baby. Zoe ends up telling Agnes to keep the apple peeler because it reminds her of the last good time that Agnes and her mother had together before her mother basically disowned her when she came out to her mother as gay. And so Zoe still ends up sending Agnes money. Like I said, she essentially ends up buying Agnes because they enter into this contract in which Agnes agrees to essentially do anything and everything that Zoe asks her to do. So a couple of things. The author uses the phrase more than agreeable twice in less than 3 pages. We never hear about Zoe's grandfather again. And despite the fact that Zoe asked for Agnes to eat the cost of expediting the apple peeler to her because it would help her pocketbook, she allegedly didn't need any help with her pocketbook because she has loads of money in which she could take care of Agnes for the rest of her life without her having to work and just give her money, basically give her an allowance. I really don't know. Like, I'm unclear on the ending. It was such a strange book. I'm sure it's going to fall under speculative fiction. It was printed by Weird Punk Books, and they have some interesting names, and I think it was the name of the book that got me. Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. They have some other interesting names. They have Beautiful Grotesque by or edited by Sam Richard, which is 5 authors of strange fiction. They have The Wingspan of Severed Hands by Joanna Koch, 17 Names for Skin by Roland Blackburn. So, I mean, their titles are they lure you in. Not only that, but there's a quote from Josh Malerman, the author of Bird Box. It says, "A startling affair. I'll be cleaning up particles of darkness in my office for weeks." So I got lured into this really weird book. I wouldn't read it again. I'm probably going to end up giving it away. I'm going to send it to somebody. I don't know. But if you want to read it, let me know what you made of the ending, because I'm not entirely certain I understood the ending. And I don't want to discuss it either because it's the major spoiler. Like, I mean, literally giving away the ending. But I'm not sure that I read it right, and I don't want to go back and reread it, even though it was only 100 pages. I really don't want to reread it. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with me in my reading lately. Obviously, I am not on my normal path. I give this book 2 stars. So, all right. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe below. Have a wonderful day.